poppy. Grinding, no Molly. The real ones around the house. Superpowers. I got powers.
Let's see what's going on in today's Girl Action Powder Diary, shall we? I'm about to head out and I have a taste for some lobster bisque from Gumbo's. And so, but before I step out, I wanted to just kind of stop by real quick and just talk about a few things related to Girl Action. And so I was here looking at some orders, looking at my supply, and looking at how I need to um, get stocked up. Okay, and so I was out today and I was talking to some of the ladies at the salon, and I have been invited to come to a breast cancer awareness activity. Actually, I've been invited to two, and so they want me to make them some specialized powder fragrances for the event. And so, of course, I gladly accepted the invitation. And so, really, I just wanted to hop on here real quick just to say, if you enjoy making your powder from the Dollar Tree, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to make your own body powder and you want to go to the Dollar Tree and use the powder there, hey, that's whatever floats your boat. So, but for Girl Action and for the women who get it, luxury is not about how much something costs. It's about how something makes you feel. And here at Girl Action, all of my powders are handcrafted. Every batch is made using cosmetic grade botanical oils, premium fragrance oils. My powders are triple sifted. And for consistency, I use a formula for my oils and for each of my batches. So I'm not haphazardly just blending in fragrance oils with my base powder. So I actually have a formula that I go by and I stick to it every single time, every time I make a batch. And so all of my powders are formulated and they're designed to make your skin feel ultra silky. So you know how it goes. I kind of compare it to making a box cake and a scratch cake. So with a box cake, you follow the ingredients. You put in 2 eggs, maybe some oil, maybe some water. Just depends on what the box calls for. But for a scratch cake, you sift the flour with the baking soda, the baking powder, with the salt, with that pinch of sugar, right? You add in your eggs, and then you add those eggs in. They tell you when you make from scratch, you add your eggs in one at a time. And when you sift that flour and you put all of your wet ingredients together with your dry ingredients, and you spray that pan and you put it in the oven, both the box cake and the cake made from scratch both go in the oven. But when they come out and you put that frosting on, they taste totally different. That's what I like to compare my Girl Action Talc-Free Luxury Body Powder to a powder that's made going into the dollar store. And again, don't get me wrong, ladies, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you enjoy doing, that's fine. I'm just talking about Girl Action, okay? And so that's what I kind of compare Girl Action to. It's carefully crafted. All my fragrances are curated. Like I have my own lab that I go into, and I actually experiment with premium fragrance oils to come up with my scents. And so I don't use any perfume spray because the perfume just doesn't work for my powder base. My powder base is all natural. And so I cannot use perfume to spray into my powder because it would clump up, it would change the composition. And so for me, it is an art of love. And so, with that said, like I said, I use several different oils to curate my fragrances. And all of my fragrances, once they curate, I let my fragrances curate for at least 72 hours. And after I let my fragrances curate for 72 hours, then I blend in my base powder. So after I triple sift my base powder, I let my fragrance oils breathe after they've set for 72 hours. And then when I combine the two together, I let the base powder and the fragrance oils, I let those scents kind of marinate, and then I leave them sitting to, in other words, bake, for a better word, to kind of bake for another 72 hours before I containerize. So my whole process can take, for a batch, could take up to 4 days, and it just depends. But normally after my fragrance oils um, maturate for 72 hours. Then it's ready for blending in with the base powder. And then with that base powder, I like to let it kind of sit and bake for another 24 to 48 hours before I containerize. And so that to me is how I feel like luxury. It takes time. It's not made in 3 steps, let it sit. It's not made. Uh, it's not made with perfume spray. Some people do use perfume, and that's fine. That's just not how I do. That's just not how I curate my oils, and that's not how I curate my oils to blend in with my base powder. And so I like to keep um, my fragrance oils, the scents that I use to blend in with my powders. I like to keep the scents on hand so that I don't have to wait for that 72-hour period, right? And so for that whole process that I just explained is for a totally new scent. But I have 9 fragrances currently online, and those 9 fragrances, I have those scents already made. And so I don't have to wait for that 72 hours. And so to make sure that I evenly distribute my fragrance oils along with my base powder, I use a specialized tool. So it's not one of those things where you're dumping in the oil, you're spraying and you shaking. That's not what we're doing here at Girl Accent, right? And so that specialized tool allows me to evenly distribute the fragrance that I've curated, the scent that I've curated, along with my base powder. And so it also, um, because the fragrance oil curates for about 72 hours, that the smell that I've formulated, it's a smell that lasts longer, right? You know how when you spray perfume, you spray your perfume and you get that instant, fragrance, you get that instant scent, right? That instant smell, and it could last, depending on what kind of perfume you use, it can last 4 to 6 hours, sometimes 8 hours, right? And so with my fragrance oil, the way I have curated the scents and the way I blend in my fragrances using this specialized tool, and I alternate my base powder and my oils. That's what allows my fragrances to last literally all day. Okay, because with perfume, it has alcohol in it, and I love me some perfume. Don't get me wrong. Perfume has alcohol in it, and so eventually it's going to absorb the smell is going to dissipate. But with my powder, since we're using premium fragrance oils, you'll smell good all day. You'll stay dry. You'll feel confident, all that. And so that's the type of luxury that I'm talking about. I'm talking about a luxury that makes you feel good. Okay. And so that's what I am promoting here at Girl Accent. And so, like I said, it's an art of love. And each batch I make is made the exact same way. No corners. We don't cut any corners here. Okay. And so I enjoy it. I actually really, really enjoy it. And a lot of women do too. And so thank goodness that, talc free body powder is making its way back into the homes and into the morning and night rituals of women. And so I just wanted to just hop on here real quick, talk about that for a minute. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I sure would appreciate your viewership. I really starting to kind of get back into it, posting on YouTube. And so if you like what you hear, you enjoy the content, if you don't mind clicking on the like button, setting up your notifications so that you're notified whenever I post videos, and look forward to your comments and how you use powder. If you make your body powder yourself, or if you're interested in an actual process that is formulated, measured with precise um, ingredients.